Hello, Editing Kristen here. I just wanted to say before I post this video that I did film this in February of this year, and it was still completely open to travel from where I was in Taiwan to Malaysia, and I was very thoroughly screened at both airports. I think those two countries have done a pretty good job of keeping things under control, especially Taiwan. So it was a safe trip in terms of everything that's going on, and I also understand that it might not feel entirely appropriate to be showing travel content, but I really just want to take this time to appreciate all of the travel experiences I have had and to be able to look back on them fondly. So I hope you will enjoy this with me and look back on a fairly old trip, because I'm going to be uploading more travel videos, possibly while we're still shut down, all looking back on the travel that I've done in the last year and earlier. So here's Malaysia. Ah! It's an Alia. Hello. Hello.
How are you?
I'm
How was
good.
Malaysia?
Thank you.
I thought you'd be recording it, the whole thing.
Very serious lounging. And so we took off on the drive away from the airport, and I finally got my first real glimpses of Malaysia on our way into the city, because, as is very typical, the airport is quite far from the city, and there was all kinds of greenery, but I was informed that it was actually mostly farms, not very biodiverse, but the sunset was freaking gorgeous. And then we finally pulled straight into a mall in order to get dinner. Dude, there's a Toys R Us.
Yes, it still exists here.
Dude, I've seen it somewhere else, like outside the US.
You're in my home mall.
Home mall. This is such a mall. Oh my god. Machaka. Is this where we're going?
Yeah.
And we did actually go to get basically Indian food for dinner. It was very nice. It's considered, not entirely local food, but very nearly. I got some good curries, basically. We also tried this, squash. I forgot what it was called. It was called, I'll flash it on screen if I figure it out. But so, then Ollie and I went off on our own adventure to the other side of the mall. And we approach the wide world of IKEA.
I love these so much. Oh, these poor succulents. There's a pink one. They're called, I can't remember what they're called. Phytonias. I don't know why they're up here. They're so pretty. But these look kind of sad. I might be able to get nicer in a nursery. No, it's not. They're all pretty. I want to get all of them.
Much plant.
Look at it. Look at it.
That's a lot of plant.
Oh, it's so pretty. The funny thing is just 1 week ago, I was watching a video of someone getting way too excited about plants and going, what an idiot. Oh my god, look, it's so pretty.
You are a plant obsessed.
I think I'm gonna, this one is so pretty. What if I get 5? Okay, I gotta decide on 1 or 2.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is crazy that you've become a plant obsessed person.
I think I'm gonna.
Do you need me to hold? I love the yellow. She's adorable.
Look at it.
Yellow.
Look, that leaf is half yellow.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Split.
And that one over
The
there.
yin yang.
Oh, it's
The
So
stripey
pretty.
stripe.
Yeah. I just like don't know what to do with my life right now.
The look of wonder on your face.
I'm just like, because I also know that they have like flowering plants somewhere, but they might be outside. Wait, what's that real? It's so hard to
Why do you keep doing this?
You're fake. Okay, I thought so.
You're fake.
Oh my god. Imagine saying that to a person.
You're fake.
fake.
I would not so.
I think that not having enough hands is a good kind of you're a
Time
fake.
to stop.
Yeah.
They all look pretty fake. You're fake.
They did have.
Fake.
They're supposed to have some flowering. I'm in a forest.
You are in a forest. Kitty.
She's scared.
She's scared of me.
She's so cute, isn't she?
Yes. And there she goes.
Yes, welcome. Yeah, we have. It's to accommodate my grandparents.
Ah,
Yeah.
the elevator.
Get it.
I'm getting in. It's kind of spooky though.
Let's go all the way down first. Oh, stop with this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so this is like a service lift because it doesn't have walls.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can just touch the wall
You
as
can.
it goes away from me.
And people can like watch you go down.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is the living room. Take a first glimpse of it. Those are my succulents over there.
Hello, living room.
And we're leaving.
Goodbye, living room.
Leaving room.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Dude, this is crazy.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Wacky.
Yeah. Hi. It's like a hotel room.
This is, whoa. It is like a hotel room.
Yes. Ta-da.
Holy crap.
Tea, but like a sweet version of it. But they still serve it with dal, so it's like
Interesting.
it's made with condensed milk, but then they serve it with dal. So it's like sweet and savory, super weird, but I love it. You don't have to have the dal with it, and it'll just be like sweet.
I'll try
think
it.
It's great. I think you'll love it because it's like really sweet. It's like unbearably sweet.
Oh my gosh. Borders is another dead species. It's a bookstore that went out of business in the US.
It's almost out of business.
You've got all these dead American brands.
I know. I'm kind of proud of it, honestly. Like, I'm glad that they have a place to thrive.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. The first time I saw a Toys R Us outside the US, I was so happy.
Whoa, this stabilizer in your camera is so nice. Stabilizing the video, I mean.
This is a little bit too basic.
Mm-hmm. Is there not something slightly fancier that you might like?
Well, the thing is, like, every time I get something interesting, it starts to hurt my ear. Like, this is cool. But then when you try to sleep with the lightning bolt in, the pokey end pokes you.
Mmm.
Because I want it to be something that I can leave in, like, forever and ever.
Looking for earrings, and you're saying to it, wait, this can be promotional. Oh, let's do a 50 and I do it. Yeah.
I kind of love these hoops.
Nice.
Probably not going to focus on them right there.
I think it did. Why am I so into pink now? I've never liked pink. I'm so curious about how this is gonna happen.
Have you not seen some of their piercings?
I'm not sure. Not here at least.
My first one I got done at, like, a piercing shop, but then the second one I got done at Claire's.
At Claire's?
Yeah.
Wild. So this is to add to your collection of places. Leaves. Giant bow. Exciting! And it's gone. Are you hyped?
My third one as well. I didn't do it here. I did it in like this random silver shop at home. It was like 20 ringgit. So I was like, okay. And then they did it with like gun, you know. Because we here we don't use gun, we use like clip like that. Gun is like shooting it, right?
Yeah.
So like I did it and it hurt like one business. And then when I went back home, it actually broke both my ears. The cartilage, it broke.
Oh no! Oh my goodness.
I thought like it's fine, it's gonna heal. Normally you just ignore piercings and just heal by himself. Right?
Uh-huh.
It heal. 6 months it's just bad.
Oh no!
Do the next one, and I really want to do a septum.
My mom says that I can't do so.
I think there's like a meme that's like, do septum piercings hurt? And they're like, yeah, everyone you love.
My mom's like, you can do anything except.
So like here.
Yeah. It's so funny to clean such a tiny little space. It's just funny to see it happen.
Okay, so it's hard. But you want it a bit more inside or outside?
It's hard to see on this side. What do you think, Olivia?
Maybe just a little bit more inside.
More inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna make this call for me.
Well, I always get so worried about piercings that are like really close to the edge.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, you gotta see in the mirror if they're balanced.
Are they equal?
I think like you turn it, sure.
That looks about equal.
I can like barely see the dog.
I know.
It's so small.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to like hold my ears forward?
Yeah. Do they look equal?
I think that looks pretty equal. Yeah.
90% sure that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty. Well, if it goes terribly, you know, it just happens. Whatever. Yeah. I think you'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be totally fine. I'm so nervous. I don't know how I'm gonna record it. Maybe I'll put the camera here and close my eyes.
Why can't you walk?
I don't know. It's strange because like
It's like a pinch.
I think it's because it's not. That doesn't make any sense. I was gonna say because it's not going in my body, but that yeah.
That would be even more.
Oh, let me get on the other side.
Yeah, just so that I know when it's gonna happen.
Okay, because some people they don't tell me anything. So 3, 2, 1.
Damn. It was a little ouch.
A teeny ouch.
A little ouch.
Nice. That looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like a good placement.
Damn. There's an old hole in
Did
my
it
body. A little bit.
Because that's close to your car.
Yeah. I definitely don't have room for a fourth.
It looks like it's just always been there.
That's the vibe. See, now that I know what it feels like, I'm more nervous for this one.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I feel like that one didn't hurt as much, but I don't know if that's because I knew how much it was gonna hurt.
Possibly.
Did they look even?
They look even.
Nice.
Maybe you have like slightly more lobe on the other side. That's why it hurt less.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's not as close to the cartilage on this side.
I mean, ears are also different.
It's hard to say
Yeah,
whether my ears are
Our
uneven
ears
or
are
the
not
piercing.
twins, they're like sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've been thinking about getting another cartilage one on this side,
Mhm.
and they feel different. Like, my rook feels different on both sides.
I think it looks good.
Spray feels nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Congratulations. Ta-da!
That's the end.
The end. Goodbye.
So, after I got my ears pierced, we went to another mall to continue our adventures because that ear piercing was at the same place that we had gotten dinner the night before. So I'd already seen most of that, but we went to another mall that's actually pretty massive and much more frequented by locals, which is why one of Alia's family's favorite bakeries is in this mall. So we had to stop in there.
This is new. They opened
How
this
open?
entire wall up.
Yeah.
Like these.
Ah, the nuts. What are they? Pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin seed. They're really pretty, actually.
They look beautiful. It's a pretty mall. Much mall.
Very mall.
So mall. But then we set off to look for clothing, and I found some really cool stuff, like this dress, but it was nearly impossible to find my size. But then we got lunch, and I got this very traditional Malay spread, but in a vegetarian version, because typically this is full of meat. And then we met up with one of her friends from work and spent some time together, and we actually saw a movie. So after the movie, Ollie and I met back up with her family and went to get sushi, which was at a place with a conveyor belt, which, if you're from the US, especially not a major city, you will know that this is a bit of a oddity, especially this robot that would bring you your specialized orders. Like, if I ordered something not from the conveyor belt, it still got automatically brought to me by a robot. Freaking amazing, dude. So that was excellent. But then we just went home for a pretty chill night. And the next morning I started filming again with more food. These are like baked snacks, and I got it with this beverage. Fuck, why am I forgetting the name of everything? I had this the day before as well. It is excellent. It's a tea thing. And then I filmed Alia's mom cracking her soft-boiled eggs, because I think it will be strange to see for many Americans for how softly these eggs are boiled, but it's considered like super normal. And I think it's just a good moment to be like, what I think is normal is completely constructed. There's no real basis for normal, because, you know, barely cooked eggs that you eat like soup could be normal. And then after that breakfast, Ollie and I set out to more of the older, or more like truly downtown part of the city. So we took the metro around for both of those last 2 days, and I gotta say the views from this like overground train system are beautiful. Overall, Kale is just beautiful. There's just so much like green and the buildings aren't too like claustrophobic. I really loved it. But so first stop was a more quote-unquote traditional type of market. It's called like Central Market, I believe, and we were going there to look for more sort of crafty, made in Malaysia type of things. Also just to check out more cultural type things so that Alia could tell me more about the sort of traditional culture in Malaysia. And it was really cool to get out of the shiny parts of the city into a more quaint area.
See that like big shape there? And that big shape there?
Yeah.
The shape of like our traditional kites. It's called WOW. W-A-U. You'll probably be able to see some of them in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so, it is indeed Central Market, and we did indeed have a great time. Part of the reason we picked this one is because it was indoors and had air conditioning, AC, because it was so hot outside. But so we got to see all of the things. There was so much going on. And then there was actually a food court upstairs, so we got lunch there. Though it was technically Thai food, but the thing I ordered was pretty much of the same flavors that Alia uses. So I had tom yum fried rice, and it was delicious. And yeah, it was pretty cool to see the food court and how it was like the same but also different than how we do it in the US. And I also tried Alia's tofu, which I forgot the name of, but it was also delicious.
I do like our city architecture is weird, but I enjoy that it's so many levels.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme donuts. Hold up, Alia. So then we headed to yet another place, which was more of the like upscale, foreigner frequented malls that slightly less local looking people wandering around. But we got some more snacks. I did indeed get a donut, and then we went to a cafe and Ollie had some coffee, and I got basically a smoothie. that they called lassi, but it was a smoothie. And then we set out to walk to a nearby mosque, which was quite a walk, and I'm going to make you watch a lot of that walk because it was so freaking hot, and we were absolutely dying. Basically just trying to be in the shade as much as possible. And I just want to point out that this was February, and it's in the northern hemisphere, so the seasons are theoretically the same as the US. But it was scorching in February, and I am just honestly impressed that people survive in such a climate, and this walk helped me appreciate that.
It's like you gotta do a quick set of freaking things before you go.
Do you just take off your shoes and leave them here? Oh, we have to put on a... So we did indeed get accepted as tourists to this mosque. They even provided us with appropriate coverings, which was very nice. And I'm going to just kind of let you have the audio itself from the mosque for the rest of this to kind of experience it along with me, as Alia also gives a little bit of a tour. But I think it's important to keep in mind that this wasn't a tourist site. It was truly just a lived and used mosque, and I think it was excellent to get such a real feeling insight into how this culture and this religion manifest in just normal everyday life.
So usually the men's part and the women's part are separated.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's all the space out here supposed to be for?
People can pray here as well. People can pray here as well.
Okay.
So usually the entire masjid, the entire mosque, anyone can, the entire place is space for prayer. The south mosque are much more
Closed.
closed. Don't want to use the word
front?
altar, but yeah, the front. They would be there, and they would usually, it's either the acoustics so that everyone can hear it, or they use a mic attached to them or something so that everyone can hear it, so everyone follows the prayer at the same time.
Yeah. That's crazy. But so, the women are supposed to be in that upstairs area?
Yeah, the women are just upstairs.
They can't be out here?
I think most of the time prayer should stay in there because usually it doesn't cover that much. I think it's so we have special prayers for Ramadan and stuff like that, which maybe there'll be more people. Yeah, but generally the women are completely separate. That means that space is dedicated for them. So even if the bottom floor is completely full, the men wouldn't go upstairs.
Yeah.
The men would do their wash outside in outside areas, but women have their own bathroom or indoors one usually.
To do the washing?
Yeah.
Okay. It's quite cool.
So a lot of mosques look similar to this, but this is a big one. basically. Yeah.
It is quite large. So following the mosque, we headed back to another mall that was right next to the one where we got the coffee. This one was massive, and it is in fact the mall underneath the famous towers that I forgot the name of Malaysia. And so we did hang out in the mall. We went into a bookstore, kind of chilled a little bit, but then we ultimately ended the day and the weekend going out to see the towers themselves, although we could not go up to the Sky Bridge because it's closed on Mondays. But yeah, got that truly tourist aspect only at the very, very end. What is that? Yep, there they are. Everything is fulfilled now because I have seen the towers. I am in awe of the towers. They are very cool.
They're super cool.
Eddie and Kristen back again. I realized that my computer is whirring and so the mic is probably picking it up. But thank you for watching. That was my trip to Malaysia. I want to include my experience getting to the airport the next day because I barely made it. So originally we were trying to call me a car, but then like nobody, the Ubers or whatever, nobody would come up to where Alia was because her house is kind of isolated. It's like up a hill, kind of away from other people. Like in a neighborhood, but it's like a neighborhood up there. And so then her mom was like, well, I guess I can drive you, but her mom kind of had to be somewhere and couldn't like drive me all the way to the airport. So there's actually a train from like the middle of the city out to the airport. So then they drove me to that, and I like barely running made it onto the train to get to the airport, and I was only getting to the airport like an hour early at that point, which is kind of pushing it if, you know, you're familiar with this kind of stuff. And those trains are only every half hour, so if I would have missed that one, I would have been just totally fucked. And also, we bought me the ticket for the train while we were, like, in the car driving to that station, so if I would have had to buy my ticket, I might not have made it, etc., etc. It was very stressful. And then I got on the train, and the, like, in-train Wi-Fi wasn't working, so I couldn't even tell Alia that I made it until I was, like, in the airport and had checked my bags. And then the airport hella confused me because it was, like, you walked through customs in one spot, and then there was, like, restaurants and things, but then you had to go further to get to where you go towards your gate, and that's where security was. So I was like, do they just not have security? Because I kind of got in. So I was very confused. So then I bought McDonald's, and then I was going to my gate, and then I had to go through security, and I had to chug my orange juice. And then I barely, like, ate my pancake from McDonald's with my hand right before I got on the plane, because I did get to the gate area long enough to sit down for, like, 5 or 10 minutes before we boarded. So yeah, that was my Malaysia experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but this is a documentation for me, as much as, if not more than, a sharing with you. So, if you did watch it, awesome. Thanks. Cool. Bye! It is much more like city vibes here, but there's still like all this green.
Yep.